here in Islamic school, then why you're not doing anything against it?
But that's not because of a language problem. The knowledge of what Islam teaches. For example, anybody can read Robert Spencer. Anybody can read other Islam critics and know what the teachings of Islam are. Anybody can read an English translation of the Quran and see the war teachings
so if you know
of
the
Islam.
truth, why?
So you don't need Arabic. That places a very heavy burden on any kind of Islamic criticism to say the only way we can stop Islam is for everybody in the world to know Arabic.
Yeah, from my experience, the average American doesn't know much about Islam. You might know, but the average American doesn't.
I have a Turkish girlfriend. She's Muslim. She's the loveliest person, and I'm Jewish, and we love each other like sisters.
I'm sure you do.
But she doesn't know what's in the Quran. She doesn't.
I'll tell you a story. You know, when they pray in Arabic, they don't understand what they are saying. In our prayer, we have to recite the verse of Quran. And in this verse, we curse the Jews and the Christians. When I tell Pakistani, you do that, they said, no, that's not true. But if you ask an 8 years old Arab boy, he knows that we are cursing the Jews and the Arab.
Yes.
So
let's say everybody knew. Let's say the knowledge was spread.
When you know the truth, you have to act based on what you know.
Yes.
How do you let them teach these teachings inside American schools here in America? I have a friend whose son attends a middle school in San Diego in California. His history teacher gave him a project, 5-point extra credit if you fast 1 day of Ramadan. So Islam is infiltrating and you're not doing anything about it. My friend is Egyptian, Coptic Egyptian. He went, he fought for 2 weeks and nothing was done.
But how would we stop it from infiltrating?
Get involved in politics. You have to know what kind of leaders you are. You are choosing to take care of your country.
But if we got involved in politics, what would we say? What would our platform be? What would we say?
Islam is not religion.
We need to do A, B, and C. What is A, B, and C?
The same way you dealt with Nazism. Right. The same way. The same exact way. The same Islam way. The same way. You reverse the Japanese culture. The same exact, you might need to do it.
Yes.
You might need to do a heavy pressure. I cannot predict what kind of pressure. You understand it. I don't have to say it.
Wafa?
Next question.
Yes. Yes, of course. Yes, sir.
Do you recommend one particular authoritative English translation of the Quran?
There is no translation of the Quran. If you take a look at the English copy, it's the meaning of our holy book. And whoever translated to the Quran tried hard to be politically correct. It is not the literal translation, but it doesn't matter. You can still, understand what is written in it. Yes, ma'am.
Just last week, we were in Almere, Holland, which is a town, a new town, built on older land, reclaimed land. And it is mostly immigrants, and it's very largely Muslim. We had to be in the police station. This is a small city. The biggest building in town was the police department. And we were meeting with a detective on some unimportant to us matter. And I said to her, this huge building, is this all of Flevoland, all of the new lands? And she said, no, it is for part of the town of Almere. And I said, why on earth do you need the biggest building in town? What is this? And she said, it's the young Islamic kids. It's the young boys. There is so much trouble always here. And I said, well, what can you do about it? And she said, we can change our head of politics. Well, we can change it politically. And then she talked about a friend of Judy's, Geert Wilders. Say it the right way.
Geert Wilders.
She said, for instance, there are people like him. Others have tried, like Theo van Gogh. Others have tried but there are more coming along and younger people, and they hope to change their politics so that this will not be, an overwhelming problem for parts of Holland.
Do you know that Geert Wilders has promised if he becomes the Prime Minister of Holland, he will ban the Quran from entering Holland?
Yes.
And I admire him.
Yes.
That's what we need.
And he's also talked about a worldwide awakening of this problem, not just a sectional awakening. And interesting to me personally, when we were there, was the number of people I found on the left, not the right, who were now becoming involved in understanding the problem. And we're no longer sort of sectioned off as only the right wing or the right politics would say, well, this is what we have to do. Now it's beginning to spread. And I was really kind of surprised because I know a lot of these people over there, and they were not on the right side of politics, they were on the left. And they are very alarmed by this, and they are beginning to understand what the situation
It's
is.
an existential threat to
Yes.
everybody.
I think we
Everybody
have
together.
time, we do want a book signing, and Stephen Lee says we have to take.
Only one more
Oh,
question.
I just wanted to ask, I forget the name, I could look back, I've been doing a little research lately, but there was this group of moderate Muslims in the 1700s, I believe, and they called themselves
Sophie?
these separate ones. That was the name of it, the separate ones. But what they wanted to do was reshape Islam so that it looked at some of these violent passages as parable and not as commandments, and change
You know,
Islam.
throughout Islamic
Yeah.
history, there were many attempts to reform
So
Islam.
I wanted to ask you, could some leading clerics or some brave clerics,
Yes.
imams, get together and say that now we're going to change
If
these
you
most
put enough
virulent
pressure
passages?
on the government,
Yes.
the Islamic, if you put enough pressure on the
Yes.
Islamic government, yes, yes. The Saudi king opened a new university 2 months ago, and he allowed females and males, mixed.
Yeah.
And everybody agreed, nobody had the courage to go against him except one imam, and now he's vanished. Nobody knows where is he. That's why I'm telling you,
Yes.
the Saudi king can reform Islam overnight. But as long as you need his oil, you're not
Yes.
going to put the kind of pressure on him.
Yeah.
This is very complicated issue. I don't want to go deeply in it. You know better than I do.
No, not really.
Yeah.
But the Wahhabi mosques are
Yeah.
all from them,
Exactly.
And they're the worst
the Saudi
mosques
money
going.
is infiltrating everywhere. In
Yes.
1991, I was offered $1,000 per month to cover myself up and attend a school, Saudi Islamic school. So at that time, I saw it as a red flag.
Yeah.
But people in America, well, it's America, it's free, they can do whatever they want. And now, hopefully, it's not too late to stop them of doing what they want to do. Thank you so much.